The dark night of the soul is a perfect time to appreciate nature, to make friends with nature, to deepen your relationship with nature, to make the most of nature. And sometimes when you're going through very difficult moments, nature can be the single thing that will keep you sane. It was definitely my experience, because during the most challenging moments, I would go to my favorite forest, and basically it just gave me hope, really. It gave me the stability that I needed at that time. And what's interesting? It's actually very interesting that when you observe nature, you see that things are not really random. There is actually perfect design between everything. And that's what I love about nature so much. I feel so much respect for nature, and I do believe it's sacred. That if I was to name one thing, one place where you can feel God, divinity, in the purest form, I would say go out and enjoy nature. Because for me, it's just something, incredible. It's something beyond words. So when you touch a tree, when you touch, soil, when you walk barefoot, something magical is happening. And maybe if your head is very active, it might be a bit difficult to feel it in the very beginning. But the moment you start tuning in, so to speak, the moment you spend more time in nature, I'm sure that you will know what I'm talking about. And I can even say that nature has saved my life in a way, because it's really kept me sane. And it's not really for those who, it's not only for those who go through the dark night of the soul, although I think it's the best medicine, to be honest. But even if you want to stay sane in this insane world, really, because we know that there are so many weird things going on, so many weird phenomena. And if you watch the news, you can really go mad, And then when you go out and when you experience nature, it actually shows you reality. It shows you reality. Everything is so calm. Everything is so peaceful, and it just unfolds in the perfect way. And you can see, seasons changing, because everything is changing in nature. But it's not changing the way, for example, it's not the same mechanism as with the, world events, which is totally insane. And I think that if it wasn't for nature, I would have mental problems right now. But then I'm like, I just have an impression as if I was watching, a theater show. And I don't treat it so seriously, to be honest, because just nature shows me something much, much bigger, something more real. And that's why I'm a big advocate of that. And if I was, I think that I mentioned this in one of the recent episodes, that there are many tools to deal with the dark night of the soul, with an existential crisis, and in general with difficult moments. But if somebody told me to name one thing, if I was to choose only one thing that I find most effective in dealing with the dark night of the soul, or with life crises, I would say go out and experience nature. Tune back in, just feel this. And yes, I just believe it's divine. It's divine, and it gives me so much hope, so much faith. So I strongly encourage you to make the most of that, because it's actually so beautiful, and it's free. It's free. I mean, maybe you need a ticket to, if you live in the city, for example, maybe you need a bus ticket, or you need to have a car to get there. But basically just being in nature, it's free. You don't need to go on a retreat in India, or do some fancy stuff. So I think that's so amazing about it. And nature is also so generous, so abundant. So I really love the fact that I always feel welcome. Yeah, so yeah, it touches me, and yeah, I must say that this is one of those things that makes me happy about the fact that I landed on this planet, because like I remember when I was small, or even like today, sometimes I have a feeling like, oh my god, I just landed on this planet by accident. I just don't understand how the human species operate. I just can't understand this insanity, this madness, and I really don't want to be here, because it doesn't look very optimistic. But then when I go out in nature and I explore the surroundings, I watch the sunset, I'm like, oh my god, I just love this planet. I love this planet. It's paradise. So basically, it's so interesting that you can experience both, but it's also the nature of duality. But yes, if you want to stay sane, you know what to do. You know what to do. So I'm curious about your experiences with nature and your opinion about that. And yes, I wish you all the best. Take a deep breath, go out, explore your surroundings, explore your nearest forest perhaps, touch a tree, smell a plant, and do whatever makes you happy, whatever brings you joy, because it's so important. During the dark night of the soul, you will have a share of moments that that might be quite hard. So basically just enjoying those little moments and those little pleasures is pretty important, I believe. Okay, so thanks a lot for listening, and until next time.